Have you ever wondered why some people stay completely calm when someone is rude to them, while others explode like volcanoes at the slightest harsh word thrown their way? I'm about to reveal the psychological secret that separates emotionally bulletproof people from everyone else. And trust me, once you understand this mechanism, dealing with rude people becomes almost effortless. But first, let me tell you about Sarah, a nurse who worked in one of the busiest emergency rooms. Every single day, she faced screaming patients, furious relatives, and impossible situations that would break most people. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit like if you want to know the most unexpected part. Yet Sarah never lost her cool, never snapped back, never went home crying like her colleagues did. Her secret wasn't meditation, therapy, or any fancy stress management technique you've probably heard about. It was something much simpler, yet infinitely more powerful than anything psychologists typically recommend. You see, most people make one crucial mistake when someone treats them rudely or aggressively. They take it personally, assuming the rudeness is somehow about them, their worth, or their actions. But here's what Sarah discovered during her years dealing with human crisis after human crisis. Rude behavior is never actually about you. It's always about the other person's internal storm. Think about it this way. When was the last time you were genuinely rude to someone? I bet you weren't having the best day. Were you feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or hurt? Exactly. Rudeness is almost always displaced emotion, like a pressure cooker releasing steam wherever it can. The person being rude isn't responding to you specifically. They're responding to their own pain. Once Sarah understood this, she developed what I call the emotional deflection shield technique. Instead of absorbing someone's rudeness like a sponge soaking up dirty water, she learned to deflect it. But how exactly do you build this psychological shield without becoming cold or disconnected from others? The first step is understanding what psychologists call emotional contagion, our tendency to mirror others' emotions. When someone yells, your nervous system automatically prepares to yell back or flee in terror. This happens faster than conscious thought, which is why you feel angry or scared before understanding why. Sarah learned to recognize this automatic response and insert a crucial pause before reacting emotionally. During this pause, she would remind herself, "This person is in pain, not attacking me personally." This simple mental shift changes everything about how you experience and respond to rudeness from others. But there's an even deeper level to this technique that most people never discover on their own. Sarah realized that truly rude people are often the most wounded, carrying invisible burdens we cannot see. The patient screaming about waiting times might have just received devastating news about their health. The colleague snapping at everyone could be going through a messy divorce or financial crisis. Understanding this doesn't mean accepting abuse or allowing people to treat you like a doormat. It means responding from wisdom rather than wounded pride, which gives you incredible power in every interaction. Sarah developed specific phrases that helped her maintain boundaries while showing compassion for difficult people. Instead of, "Don't talk to me that way," she would say, "I can see you're really frustrated." Instead of defending herself, she would acknowledge their pain while redirecting toward solutions. This approach had an almost magical effect on even the most difficult and aggressive people, because when someone feels truly heard and understood, their need to attack usually disappears completely. But here's where most people struggle. They think this technique requires becoming a pushover or saint. Actually, it requires becoming emotionally stronger and more centered than you've ever been before in your life. You're not absorbing their negative energy. You're transforming it through understanding and conscious response. Sarah practiced this approach for months, and gradually noticed something amazing happening around her workplace. Other staff members started asking her secret for staying so calm under impossible pressure and stress. Patients who initially seemed angry or difficult would often apologize and thank her before leaving. She had created what psychologists call a calm field, a zone of peace that influenced everyone nearby. Now, you might be thinking this sounds too good to be true or too difficult to implement. But I've seen this technique work for thousands of people across every possible situation and personality type. Teachers dealing with disruptive students, customer service representatives facing angry clients, parents handling teenage rebellion. The key is starting small and practicing with minor irritations before tackling major confrontations with difficult people. Next time someone cuts in line, try seeing them as someone having a rough day rather than disrespecting you. When a driver honks aggressively, imagine what pressures might be making them feel so desperately urgent today. These small practice sessions build your emotional resilience, like going to the gym builds physical strength over time. Soon you'll find yourself naturally deflecting rudeness without even thinking about the technique you're using consciously. But there's one more crucial element that separates masters of this skill from everyone else who tries. They understand that not reacting to rudeness isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing your response based on wisdom, rather than letting your emotions choose for you automatically. Sarah learned to feel her initial anger or hurt, acknowledge it, then consciously decide how to respond. This created space between stimulus and response, the space where true freedom and power actually live. In that space, you can choose compassion over revenge, understanding over judgment, strength over defensiveness, every single time. The result isn't just better relationships and less stress. It's becoming the kind of person others naturally respect, because there's something magnetic about someone who remains centered while chaos swirls around them like a storm. So starting today, try this approach with just one difficult interaction and see what happens to your stress levels. Remember, their rudeness reveals their pain, not your worth, and responding with wisdom creates transformation for everyone involved.